Andreas asks a fairly long question, but let's go. I have a question regarding your suggested assistance work when running Jim Wendler's 531 to build a strong overhead press. I'm currently running 5x531 variation from his Forever book. It's a mix of his original 531 programming and a 5x5, okay? And do it 3 days a week. Front squat, trap bar, deadlift, and standing military press. Okay. One of my goals is to build body weight press in the long run. Therefore, I wanted to ask what would be your suggestive assistant work in helping build a strong press, provided that in the 531, you only train once a week. I am currently quite weak. He's a 26-year-old, 70 kilos, 154 pounds, 177 centimeters, normal height. With following weights: standing military press, 1 rep max, 40 kilo, deadlift 75, 165 for 5, front squat 50, 110 for 3. As I work in law, I live a quite sedentary lifestyle, but on average aim to hit 10,000 steps a day. Well, good for you. Well, first off, I love Jim's work, but I'm wondering if, Andreas, is that 1 day a week of working the overhead press is just not enough. Jim's programs are amazing for American football, and my brother Gary loves it, and I'm a big fan. But you might need to press more, and that's the understatement of the week. But with your military being only a single at 40, lifting 1 day a week, I just don't think you're going to have the appropriate amount of time under tension or load that's going to help you progress upwards. Clearly, I think you need to increase the number of times you press a week. And I would say overhead press. With your deadlift and your front squat, there are all kinds of standard programs you can use. One program, if you can find it, there was because you're doing 3 exercises, his name is Stefan Kort. STEFANKORTE. And he's famous for the 3x3x3x3 template, is the way I explain it. 3 sets of 3, 3 exercises, 3 days a week. And as your numbers come up, and he has a very organized, you wouldn't need to do it. You would not need to do percents on this. But you would lift weights for you, 3 sets of 3, 3 days a week. So you do 3 sets of military for 3. Okay, 3 sets of front squat for 3, 3 deadlifts. Now, next week you're going to add a little bit more. Next week you're going to add a little bit more. Next week you're going to add a little bit more. And then you can go in a couple directions. One, you can add another day a week, which I like because that's more easy strength. Or you add another session, or you can add more sets. But the idea is, I think you need to get yourself on a much more traditional new person program. 5 sets of 5, 3 sets of 8. You just need more practice under the barbell. Jim's programs are great. They're great. But sometimes for people who are just coming up, they just need more time with the bar. Personally, the front squat, trap bar, deadlift, and standing military press, those 3 choices are pretty good. The only thing I might say is maybe do 5x5, 3 days a week with all 3 exercises. Maybe do 3 sets of 3, all 3 exercise 3, whatever works out best. Which brings me to this point I want to make sure I make. There's 2 workouts that really are kind of underappreciated but I've always found them really good for beginners. 3 sets of 5, and it's kind of its twin, 5 sets of 3. And I've mentioned this on the podcast before, but if you do week 1, now this isn't Courts and this isn't Jim's, it's just something I was thinking about to help you. If on week 1 you were to do 3 sets of 3 with those 3 exercises all 3 days and get a sense of things, okay. Next week, use the same load and do 3 sets of 5 and see if you can get those extra reps. The following week, go up a little bit, but go 5 sets of 3. 3 sets of 3, 3 sets of 5, 5 sets of 3, and then if you can, the 4th week, 5 sets of 5. Now, you can repeat that ad nauseum, or you can have a light 5th week where you do 3 sets of 8 with the lighter weight and just practice. But I'm convinced that in your case, you just need more training sessions per exercise. And I think it's true about all 3 of the lifts you shared with us. I hope that helps, and thank you.